Hi, Kino Movie Recap here. Today I'm going to explain the movie Don't Breathe. Spoilers ahead, watch out. Alex, Rocky and Money open the door and the alarm goes off. They then start to empty out the house. They break the window after leaving. They have a conversation in a car talking that they need to rob a few more houses. Then Rocky can leave Detroit. Alex walks home, he checks if his dad is home. He then walks into his dad's office, putting back the key he used to get into the house they broke into. Money just sold the stolen goods. He is not satisfied with the amount of money he got. The buyer then lets him know that he has a tip for him. Money hears him out. He gets an address off an old house that belongs to an army vet. Money tells Rocky and Alex that the army vet got a huge payout from a rich family after their daughter killed the army vet's daughter in a car accident. Alex is scared and doesn't want to do it. Rocky then says if they do this one last time they never have to steal again. Alex then leaves. He tells them they are not doing it. Alex gets a text from Rocky that asks to please do this job. He then searches for the article about the army vet online. Rocky is at home. Rocky gets a text from Alex saying let's do it. Money drove to collect a GoPro he had set up to film to the army vet's home. Alex and Rocky are in the car talking. He notices Rocky has a new tattoo. She explains that she got a ladybug tattoo because it reminded her of better days with her father. Alex tells Rocky if they get the money he is gonna leave Detroit with them. Money gets in the car and tells them that there are no people living in the area. Suddenly a dog jumps on the car and starts barking. The dog walks to its owner, the army vet. He is blind. Alex thinks it's bad to rob a blind person. They drive off. The thieves then meet up at the house at night. They are gonna take care of the dog first. They drug the dog. Money jumps the fence and checks if the dog is asleep. Alex tries to open the door but it won't open. Rocky looks at the window and says she will fit through it. The others help her up and she breaks the window. She is now inside. She has a device to disable the alarm. She opens the door for the guys to come in. They start looking around in search of the money. Alex checks the alarm to be sure it's disabled. Money goes upstairs. The army vet is asleep. He fell asleep while watching a video of his deceased daughter. Money is preparing chloroform. The army vet then suddenly wakes up. Money stays very quiet. The army vet then goes back to sleep. Money makes a hole in the bottle with chloroform causing the gas to come out. He then leaves the room. He goes back downstairs and Rocky thinks the money is behind the locked door. Money tries to force it open. He fails the first time. He then pulls out a gun and shoots the lock open. Alex told them he was out. The army vet suddenly downstairs. He asks who is there. The army vet walks closer to Money. Money warns him not to come closer or he'll shoot. The army vet overpowers him and takes the gun from him. Money then begs the army vet to let him live. The army vet then releases the guy and shoots him. Rocky, who witnessed it all, hides in the closet and starts crying. Alex heard the gunshot and walked back into the house. He stood still after seeing the army vet. The army vet locked the open door. Alex then walked into the bathroom. A second later the army vet walked in behind Alex with a piece of wood to cover the busted window. Rocky then texts Alex that the army vet shot Money. She tells Alex she is hiding in the closet. The army vet then walks into the closet Rocky is hiding and pops a hidden panel open. A safe was hidden behind. He then pressed the code. Rocky notices it. Alex is looking for Rocky and sees Money's dead body. He walks into the closet. He tells her they should call the cops and come clean. She tells him to wait and opens the safe and takes the money. Alex tells Rocky that they could sneak out through the basement. When Rocky walks to the door the army vet pops out. She freezes. He puts Money's body in a bag. They try to stay clear but the floor cracks. The army vet hears the sound and pulls his gun and takes aim. Rocky and Alex are nervous. He then puts his gun down again. Money's phone then starts to ring and shoots at it. He then drags Money's body away. They sneak into the basement and start to search for the exit. Alex's phone dies. The army vet then starts sniffing and finds Alex and Rocky's shoes. He walks to the safe to see if the money is still there. It's empty and he gets enraged. Alex and Rocky can't find the door. They find a light switch. When the lights turn on they see a girl tied up. When the girl moved the army vet heard a bell ring. Alex wants to leave right away. But Rocky walks back to the girl. She is the girl that killed the army vet's daughter. The girl points to a safe. Alex puts in the code Rocky gave him. It opens up. A key is inside. They free the girl and are searching for an exit. They find the storm cellar but it's locked. Rocky tells him to try the keys they just found. The army vet is closing in. Alex unlocks the storm cellar and opens the door. The army vet was there and fired 2 shots, one hit Alex in the ear and the other hit the girl and killed her. The army vet walked down the stairs and upon finding the dead body of the girl started crying and screaming. He walks back up and locks the cellar again. Alex tells Rocky that they need to go back upstairs. He can unlock the front door with the keys that he has. They start to run. The army vet then turns off all the lights. Now it's dark and Rocky and Alex are split. The army vet is hunting them. Rocky is searching for Alex. With her arms stretched out, she is walking towards the army vet. When she almost touches him, Alex calls out for her. The army vet then fires a shot and walks toward Alex. Alex calls out to Rocky again. The army vet then puts the gun to Alex's head and pulls the trigger. The gun is empty. No bullets left. He grabs Alex by his neck and starts to choke him. Alex then pushes some furniture over, causing the army vet to release him. They then find each other and run back upstairs. Alex jams the door so the army vet can't come back inside easily. Rocky notices the dog is inside. Alex tells Rocky not to run and hands her the keys to the front door. Rocky tries the key and it doesn't work. The dog then charges at Alex. He yells at Rocky to run upstairs. The jam Alex set up came loose. Alex and Rocky run into a room and put a closet in front of the door, looking for an escape route, but everything is closed shut. The army vet reaches under his bed to get another gun. Rocky notices an air vent. Alex tells her to go through it. Alex tries to block the door, but the door gets forced open. The dog pushed Alex through the window. Rocky is climbing through the vent. The dog enters the vent and runs towards Rocky. She then falls down. The army vet, hearing this, runs towards the sound. Alex woke up turning around on the side of the roof. Looking up, seeing the army vet, he then fired a shot at the glass window, causing Alex to fall down into the house. Alex tries to run towards the alarm to activate it, but the army vet then pops out from a room. He starts running again and the army vet fires a shot and misses. Alex went into a room and hid. The army vet was listening carefully. He then heard Alex breathing. Alex grabbed a hammer. When the army vet walked in, Alex hit him with the hammer. Then they started to fight. The washer turned on and the sounds disoriented the army vet. Alex then went for the gun. The army vet then grabbed Alex and started to punch him. He then grabbed some garden scissors and stabbed Alex. Rocky was still in the vent and she found a way out. She tried to push the air vent cover, but it was stuck. She then started kicking it. It came loose. She then suddenly gets pulled down below by the army vet. He pulls the bag off Rocky. He starts to choke her. Rocky wakes up tied to chains. The army vet is watching her. They start to talk. The girl that died, Cindy, was pregnant with the army vet baby. He tells her she has to be held accountable. Alex is still alive. The army vet stabbed the lifeless body of Money. Alex grabs a hammer. As soon as he walks out the room, the dog attacks him. He traps the dog in a room. The army vet is now getting rid of Cindy's body. Alex opens the front door. Rocky prays to God. The army vet tells her what a joke that is. That God doesn't exist. He then pulls her up in the air. He is going to try to impregnate Rocky. She pleads that he can't do that. He tells her she will breed well. He grabs her legs. Rocky then closes her eyes. Alex hits the army vet with the hammer and cuts Rocky loose. Rocky goes berserk on the army vet. They cuff the army vet. Alex wants to take the money and leave. They both decide to leave the army vet tied up. When Alex tries to open the door, he gets shot and dies. Rocky opens the door and runs outside. She turns around and tells the army vet he is useless outside. He then lets his dog out. The dog starts to chase Rocky. Rocky is running and jumps a fence. The dog stops chasing. She runs towards the car. But right before she gets to the car, the dog grabs her bag. She throws her bag and gets in the car. Now she is inside the car. The dog is sitting on top of the hood. She is trapped. She comes up with a plan to trap the dog in the trunk. She succeeds. The dog then almost escapes. But she uses a cable as a chain. She then gets out of the car. She then grabs the bag. The army vet then grabs her from behind and knocks her unconscious. He drags her back to the house. She starts to cry and sees a ladybug on her thumb. After the ladybug flies away, she notices the device to activate the alarm. She grabs it and turns on the alarm. The ringing of the alarm disorients the army vet. Rocky then starts to attack the army vet. He falls into the basement and starts to bleed. The police are coming. Rocky is now at dinner with her sister. She looks at the news and sees that the army vet survived. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel.